Welcome. Today we're diving into the exciting world of AI-generated art with MidJourney. If you're ever wondering how to bring your creative ideas to life using artificial intelligence, you're in the right place. And if you're looking for additional tips or resources, be sure to check out the pinned comment below. All right, let's dive in. So, what do you do on MidJourney? All right, let's start off with a basic guide on how you can do it here. So, right here, what will you imagine? You can put in like any prompt or description of an image you want to generate. So, let's say for me, I would like Midjourney to create like flock of crows on house right here. Well, it might be basic, so this is just for an example, that is. And you can add even more details so that it will be more specified and more detailed for Midjourney to generate your image even better. And for now, let's hit enter right here and see the results. All right, once it's entered, it might take me here to the Create tab. Now click here, and it takes you here as it currently processes. Here it is. Right here, it's 96% complete, and here we go. Here are the following images that MidJourney had just generated, and see, flock of crows under house. See, looks beautiful, right? Though, if you want to get it even more modified, say hello to this feature right here. It says to adjust your prompt setting. Now, I will be going through each of the sections of the settings right here. So, let's start off with the image size. It's essential to set up the canvas or image size and the mode you want to work in. Midjourney offers a few options for this. The aspect ratio you choose really depends on the type of artwork you want to create. For example, portrait mode is really ideal if you're focusing on characters or close-ups, while landscape right here works great for larger scenes or environments. You can also select Square if you're planning to post on platforms like Instagram, where that format really shines the most. Now, let's go ahead and set up our canvas or photo for a portrait-oriented piece using a, let's say, 3:4 aspect ratio. Now, let's send that through with a prompt that I come up with. For example, a highly detailed portrait of a futuristic cyberpunk character with neon tattoos wearing a hooded jacket set against a dark city background. Now, let's send this off right now. So, as I hit enter, the AI is going to process the input. So let's give it a moment to generate our results from there. So it might take a couple of seconds. So just be patient for a while. As you can see, here we go. It's almost done. And all right, here we go. There we have it. As you can see, this ratio gives us a nice vertical frame, perfect for focusing on a subject or central character. See, even matches with the prompt, also with the same ratio. Perfect, huh? Let's take a look at how you can fine-tune the aesthetics of your image. Midjourney has three main sliders that give you a lot of creative control: stylization, weirdness, and variety. So first, stylization. This affects how artistic and abstract the image will appear. Higher setting will give you more stylized, almost painterly results, while lower settings keep things more realistic. Then we have the weirdness. So, with weirdness, this does exactly what it sounds like. It allows you to make the image more experimental. Perfect if you want something unconventional or unique. Finally, variety. It gives you different versions of the same prompt. helping the AI explore different directions for your concept. Now, let's test these out by generating a character using these sliders. So here is the prompt right here, for instance, a surreal, highly stylized elf warrior with glowing eyes, elaborate armor, and a fantasy forest backdrop. So now let's see if we could adjust these, for instance. Let's say we could scroll up like stylization right here, or the weirdness go in the middle right here, or you could go for variety at low settings. Maybe we could put the stylization at high. So let's see what the results would go. And with that, let's hit enter. All right, it's starting to process everything. All right, just give it a while to load up the image right there. All right, it's clearing up right now. And then here are the results. As you can see, with high stylization, the details are more exaggerated and artistic, giving us a really dramatic and fantasy-like look. This is where MidJourney really shines. It allows you to experiment with various styles and aesthetics to create something truly unique. If you find this video helpful so far, don't forget to subscribe to get notified whenever we post a new video. And if you could take just 2 seconds to smash that like button, it would help us get traction in the YouTube algorithm. Let's dive into the model version option right here in this section. So MidJourney gives you mainly two choices with the mode right here. So it's between standard and raw mode. Each of these has its own strengths, depending on what kind of result you're looking for. With standard mode is perfect if you want polished artistic results right out of the gate. It applies a lot of refinement to the image, giving it a balanced and smooth looks. On the other hand, we got the raw mode, which is all about giving you more direct, unfiltered results, less stylized, and more flexible for creative tweaks. So, down here is the version. It's based on how efficient it is, coherent it is, and based on the quality itself. So for now, we'll go with 6.1. And then personalize. It's based on personalizing your prompt based on images you've ranked, which is right here in the tasks down here, which we'll talk about in the future. So for now, let's focus on the mode options, this one. So right here, let's try a quick example to see the difference. So we'll generate, let's say, a futuristic city skyline right there with a few details like a dusk with towering skyscrapers, flying cars, and neon lights, aka the view of the future. So we'll generate this in both standard and the raw modes to compare the results. All right, let's try with standard. Let's hit enter right here. And let me just adjust the aesthetics for just a minute. Like, for instance, right here we go, standard, and let's go with landscape. There we go, standard, let's go. And then I do the same prompt, now with raw, and enter. Okay. Now with the standard and the raw, it's currently loaded up. All right, just wait for MidJourney to process, and here we go. The standard is now complete. So does right here with the raw version. As you can see, the details are polished, the lighting is balanced, and the overall scene feels very finished and cohesive. And yeah, it's a great option if you want something visually striking right away. So with the standard version right here, look at this one. Here's another image right here, and another image right here. Now switching over to raw mode, here you immediately see that the image is more raw and unrefined. So the details aren't as polished as you can see, but this gives us more creative freedom to adjust and refine the output ourselves. So it's perfect for anyone who wants to apply their own artistic style or take the image in a different direction. So choosing between standard and raw really depends on your workflow. See? All right. Now let's talk about workflow speed, something that can make a big difference, especially when you're working on multiple projects or just want quick results. MidJourney offers two options here. So let's say right here, there's fast mode and turbo mode. Fast mode is great if you're prioritizing quality over speed. It takes a bit longer, but the results tend to be more refined. As for turbo, on the other hand, is perfect if you're in a rush and need rapid results, especially if you're iterating on a lot of images quickly. So let's try both modes with a character design to see how they affect the output speed and quality. So we'll generate an image from this prompt that I just made. So let's say we'll generate an image of a steampunk adventurer right here in both fast and turbo mode. Here we go. Let's hit enter on both modes. Here we go. Hit enter right now. Then turbo, hit enter. All right. Starting right now. As you can see, it's currently processing. This one's currently starting. See? It just processed quicker. And this one, it took a while. With the fast mode, see? Right here. And yep. So let's see with the fast mode results. There we go. As expected, it took a bit more time, but notice the fine details in the character's clothing. See? The intricate designs on the gadgets, see? And the overall polish of the image in fast mode tends to handle complexity very well. See? It generates very, very polished. See? Very quite impressive, I must say. Now, let's look at the turbo mode results. See? It generated much faster. Yep. But as you can see, there's a slight difference in the level of refinement. See? Notice right here, difference. See? This one, and this one right here, and this one. So the overall concept is still there, but some finer details might be a bit less polished, I must say. So when should you use each mode? If you have a little more time and want top quality results, go for fast mode. But if speed is your priority, maybe you're testing out multiple ideas or working under a tight deadline, turbo mode is a solid option. It's your choice. Now let's explore one of the more advanced features in MidJourney that allows you to refine your images even further, the very subtle and very strong options. These are great for when you want to tweak an image but are unsure whether you want small adjustments or major changes. So here's how it works. Very subtle makes slight adjustments to your existing image. It's perfect for when you like that overall composition, but just want a little bit of refinement, like changing small details in the background or add slight variations in texture. On the other hand, very strong introduces much bolder changes. This can completely rework parts of the image, altering the look and feel in dramatic ways. So if you want a fresh perspective or a different take on your prompt, very strong is the way to go. So let's try both options through a new prompt that I want to generate through images. So, for example, I want to generate a city that is. Here we go. With a man right here. All right. So let's try both options. So let's pick this one, for example. So why don't I click this one first? Very subtle. And now, and very strong. Apologies for that. Here we go. It's currently processing. Just give it a minute to adjust. And here we go. Now, here's the very subtle results. Here's the image I used for very subtle. Here it is. As you can see, the overall composition remains the same, but there are small tweaks to the details. For example, like the colors of the trees right here are slightly different, and there are more subtle shading in the sky. Yeah, it's great for when you're mostly happy with an image or just want a little more refinement. Now, let's look at very strong right over here. So this one is much more dramatic. The cars in the sky have shifted. The colors are bolder. The entire mood of the image feels different. So very strong, really shaking things up, giving you a whole new take on the original idea. So, depending on how much variation you want, you can choose very subtle for minor refinements or very strong for a bigger transformation. This is a great way to get multiple interpretations of your concept without starting from scratch. And there you have it, your complete beginner's guide to creating AI art with MidJourney.